Thank you, House Chair. House Chair, the ACDP believes that the lawful interception of communication by law enforcement agencies remains a crucial tool in the fight against ever-increasing crime in the country. Now, as previous speakers indicated, the Constitutional Court, however, struck down certain of the provisions of the RICA Act, with the Judge Madlanga asking, is RICA doing enough to reduce the risks of unnecessary intrusions into the privacy of people? And the court answered the question with a resounding no. And the bill before us seeks to introduce certain safeguards. But I think it's also important to highlight what the court said about actual abuses that had taken place. At paragraph 35, the court said, we have before us evidence of abuse of the power of surveillance. One example is that of two journalists whose phones were tapped by police's crime intelligence division while the order were investigating corruption scandals, while they were investigating corruption scandals in the South African Police Service. In order to obtain interception directions under RICA, the police told the designated judge that the phone numbers to be tapped were those of suspected ATM bombers. That, of course, was a lie. The interception direction was granted on the basis of that lie. It authorized the real-time interception of calls, text messages, and metadata of the journalists. And these facts were undisputed by the respondents. So there's a very necessary element here of introducing safeguards. And this the bill seeks to do by the notification, post-notification of persons under surveillance, 90 days, by the designation of not only an independent designated judge, but a review judge, and the powers of the review judge and other safeguards to protect data. Now, it's very important to note that journalists and lawyers fall into a special category, and yes, could be extended to other categories, but it's important when it comes to surveillance, because not only should they never be subject to illegitimate surveillance, but because of the issues of legal privilege, and of course for journalists, keeping the identity of their sources of confidential is very necessary. Journalists played a key role in exposing state capture and corruption, and we as the ACDP would like to pay tribute to them. So the ACDP supports these amendments. We appreciate they are an interim measure pending a comprehensive review of compliance, but it is in terms of the Constitutional Court ruling, and it is necessary to comply with that Constitutional Court ruling before its deadline. I thank you.